Why men choose another woman over you. Even though I was deeply in love with him, he chose her over me. You should hear the entire story if you can relate to this. My ex and I used to break up, yet we would always end up getting back together. Even during our relationship, though, there was a woman I saw him staring at. I remember asking him why he looked at her like he wanted her to have his children. So if he picked her in your situation as well, it's probably a woman you already knew about. He most likely picked her before the two of you broke up. We ended our relationship when he chose her over me, but even during our relationship, I knew he had chosen her over me. I wanted to start dating him again after we broke up, but he picked her over me within a week. I understood there was nothing I could do about the fact he had chosen her over me, even if it hurt so much. If he chooses her over you, let me tell you something that will be helpful. After I moved on from him, I realized she had actually done me a favor. Thanks to her, I met a man who chose me and kept selecting me. I'll give you a few explanations for why he could have preferred her to you, but you should know that you're wonderful and that you'll meet a man who will choose you over and over for the rest of his life. You don't want to be with someone who isn't 100% sure that he wants you and you alone after all. I'll tell you how the story ended. I ended up with a great man who loves me more than anybody ever could, and the two of them broke up, leaving my ex alone once again. Let these factors assist you in learning how to improve yourself, but don't beat yourself up over the loss of a man who clearly wasn't the ideal fit for you. Let's go right to the point. He chose her, not you. It hurts, and we're not here to sugarcoat it, but we can help you understand the psychology behind his decision by breaking it down. But it's not simply about criticizing his decisions. It's all about arming you with knowledge so you can raise your emotional game. Ready? 1. He felt a greater emotional bond with her. If you don't connect on a deeper level, a man will not want to be with you. Of course, he won't open up to you right away, but after a while, you two should begin to share more and get closer. This creates emotional connection and bonding, which is the only way a relationship can be meaningful. Did you put up a barrier to keep this man at bay when you were dating? Maybe she's more open to a deeper connection. She has opened up to him, helped him open up, has listened to his worries and secrets, and has never judged him for anything he has shared with her. As a result, they formed an intimate relationship. He has a greater emotional attachment to her, which is why he selected her over you. 2. She is more confident. It's no secret that guys adore confident women. Perhaps you frequently complain to him about needing to drop a few pounds or about something else about your look that bothers you and that you believe you should change. You were frank with him about your concerns, but the woman he selected is entirely pleased with herself, not scared to own her flaws, and satisfied with the way her body looks. She exudes confidence, which may have prompted him to want to spend more time with her. Consider whether you'd rather spend time with someone who is continuously negative about themselves or someone who is always optimistic. People dislike being around people who continuously put themselves down and want validation. 3. She lets him have his freedom. Men are concerned about losing their freedom as a result of their relationship. A relationship makes a guy believe that his girlfriend will forever bind him and isolate him from the rest of the world for all eternity. You are able to convince him that if you're in a relationship, you'll never try to stop him from spending time with his friends. But even if you do, if your actions don't match your words, he'll never pick you. When it comes to granting him his freedom, the woman he chooses will be the one whose deeds match her words. He wants to be with a girl who says nothing except, "Have a great time." When he says her he'll be spending Friday night playing poker with his friends. When he says he's going to a bachelor party in Vegas this weekend with his best friends, he only wants to hear the above-mentioned comment. This woman would drive him to the airport, kiss him goodbye, and spend the days that he was away, enjoying ladies' evenings, shopping, going to the spa, and eating dinner by herself in a nice restaurant. He selected her because she has her own life and allows him to enjoy his freedom. Even if this isn't what happened in your circumstance, you should learn something from it. 4. She has the same affection style as him. You most likely dated someone whose favorite thing was PDA, and you were continually trying to get away when he tried to kiss you in public. However, you may have been with someone who wasn't particularly affectionate. which might produce bonding and intimacy issues in the relationship. Isn't there something in between? At the very least, there are people who have similar attachment styles. Perhaps your similar affection styles are the reason he chose her over you. Her physical expressions of affection include the kind and frequency of touches with which he is comfortable. There was nothing you could have done whether you were too affectionate or lacking affection. Once again, it comes down to compatibility, and you will undoubtedly meet someone who is as loving as you are. 5. She has the same social style as him. If your social styles differed, it may be why he selected her over you. Maybe you were dating a man who wants to remain home on weekends and cuddle with you while watching a movie, while you prefer to go out on weekends and party all night. That large contrast in your social styles most likely caused a big problem. When it comes to their social style, men prefer women who like the same things they do, since it avoids many possible difficulties in the relationship. If he feels that remaining at home is a perfect night, he wants a woman who will be happy to binge watch a show on Netflix instead of going out. Is this why he picked her over you? If this is the case, you should not be bad. The two of you just weren't as compatible as you originally imagined. And that's good, since you shouldn't change yourself for anybody, and he shouldn't either. 6. She gets along with his friends. Men don't want to acknowledge it, but they care a lot about what their friends think. Before picking a woman, they will always want to know what their friends think. Perhaps you met some of his friends and you just weren't their cup of tea, so they told him what they thought of you, and he took their concerns into account. The second woman, on the other hand, met his friends and quickly connected with them. One of the reasons he chose her over you may be that she got along well with them. When his friends and girlfriend get along well, a relationship is more likely to succeed. This is because his girlfriend will frequently be invited to hang out with them. And those people will frequently comment about how fantastic she is, making the guy appreciate her even more. Of course, his friend's approval isn't the major reason he'll select a particular female, but it is essential and might influence his decision. 7. He is attracted to her more than he is attracted to you. Of course, you're gorgeous, and you know it, and he'd never disagree because he thinks you're attractive as well. However, it is not only physical attractiveness that causes a man to choose another lady over you. Maybe your friends told you that you're far more attractive than the woman he selected, and they're accurate, but there's clearly something more that drew him to her. Nobody can truly explain the attraction, and it isn't only the way someone appears that draws us in. You surely know a lady who often brags about how attractive her boyfriend is, but when you actually meet him, you don't think he is, and you wonder what she sees in him. The truth is that attractiveness is quite subjective, and everyone has their own preferences for what they find appealing and what they don't. The conclusion is that even if you look far better than the woman he selected, she certainly has something appealing to him. Well, now you are aware why a man chooses one woman over another. Hope the video helped. Thanks for watching.